you've got 160K, you should bring him up as the exact quote. That's just false.
Why is this guy being pedantic? Oh my god, you misquoted.
He's like literally just lying. All I said was, oh my god, this guy's got 160K. What the heck? Who is he?
Yeah.
That's literally all I said.
And if you're worried about this guy leeching followers off of you, just if you see your followers start joining, tell him don't follow this guy. Easy.
Monkey Boy, I do notice Clark actually knows like a lot of epistemology.
I don't know what Clark does and doesn't know, because he trolls so much that, like, he uses, like, intentional gibberish. But I do think he's probably very knowledgeable. The logic stuff, when he talks about logic, he's, like, never sincere. That's what
Yeah, I've been doing the tactic for all those logic bros. I just throw a bunch of words together, and then when they're like, "What?" I go, "I'm sorry, you're conceptually impoverished." Like, especially if you're like a D-bag logic bro, then like that's what I do.
Monkey Boy, do you know epistemic autonomy?
No. But Clark is not even a logic bro. Mason's a logic bro. So is asking, I want to be a logic bro, low-key.
I think by logic bro he means like people who run tag or like Lord of Non-Contradiction kind of stuff.
I mean,
ew.
yeah,
So
I mean that
crazy.
stuff. I mean that stuff. But then there are people that I interact with that like, and I don't like do logic. Like, I'm not big in like reading books, but or big into reading like logic books and like epistemology, right? That kind of stuff. But I just know that what they're talking about is just dead wrong. And then I go and do a Google search, and I'm just like, yep, you're wrong. Like somebody asked me like, what was the epistemological justification for my like ontology a couple of days ago, and I'm like, you're literally putting words together. I don't know what you're saying, but I just know that's not right.
Well, no, epistemic justification is a concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Well, they were
Why
going.
do you believe what exists?
Yeah.
Well, no, they were going. Well, yeah, I mean, I get that, but I get the epistemological justification, but like when you start throwing in ontology at the end, it's like I don't even know what you're even trying to tell me.
Well,
What they're saying is like coherent and
yeah, it's perfectly coherent.
like the thing is, they're just being intentionally esoteric. Like, why say ontology?
Wait, what does esoteric mean?
Well, first of all, Monkey Boy saying that is so rich.
I know. It's like pot meet kettle.
Dude, you guys are confusing me from like a year ago when I was autistic with language. I don't talk.
So let's just get this clear. That's the claim I've made from the onset. So, what I'm not asking you, that's you.
Okay, even Yuji saying the irony, guys, you gotta understand like
He's
how
about to
long
do it.
ago it's been since the gibberish.
Like,
But it was funny.
It was literally 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
It was 4 minutes ago.
With that Lucas guy or whatever his name was.
No, Josh be funny though. I'm not gonna lie. Jack and Josh are the only ones who get a pass and still saying I spit gibberish. Anyone else who says it, you're just wrong.
You're a
You guys are
gibberish
just hating
generator.
that. Zach, you don't get that. You don't get that card.
I'll earn it. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little. Zach and I have very similar senses of humor. It's a little annoying.
You know, the first day I saw you two guys, I remember it still. Well, I don't remember it like vividly. Actually, I vaguely remember it. But I remember Flencers joined Zach's live, and I started laughing just seeing them two on the panel together. But y'all were, when you guys first interact, I remember, didn't I say something like y'all should debate together more, or like you guys are like
Yeah.
make a comedy show or something?
Yeah, what's the argument for that?
Yeah. No prevaricating.
Why can't I prevaricate? Like, how am I supposed to give you a response without prevaricating?
You see?
I don't think that's like epistemic.
Why are you answering a question with a question, Monkey Boy?
Yeah, why are you dodging?
Yeah.
Well,
whether
it's like,
whether you know how to
who
give
said
a
it?
response without
Dark Dawkins.
prevaricating is going to be some epistemic question. Yeah,
Oh
I'm
no,
just
it was
asking.
John Lee. Remember remember John Lee said, "Well, why wouldn't I dodge a bullet?"
Oh.
That's the response I could give.
I haven't thought about John Lee
was that
in
when
like a
he was talking?
year.
Was that when he was talking to Tom? Was that when he was talking to Tom Rabbit? I think I saw a clip of that on Tom Rabbit's channel.
Yeah, or maybe it was Jack. I don't remember who it was, but it definitely was on Tom's channel, or at least I'm pretty sure.
I actually talked to John Lee yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, he was
I'm so sorry.
going crazy on the California fire.
I never talked with John Lee, and I'm glad. And I knew I had
so
access
fun
to
to talk
talking
to.
to John Lee for 2 years. I avoided all content from Daz, from Tom, from Arianis, from literally any of the Clubhouse people.
The
I
Arianis
avoided all the John Lee
art
stuff.
from like a fan point of view was actually crazy.
It was,
Arianis
it
is
was
a
very
loser.
entertaining.
It was
And
like
deranged.
Yeah, it was.
from being there
I
when
had
he was
one-
just like chiming in every couple Clubhouse debates with like a couple well-formed points to then like, okay, he's respected enough now he can talk, to then he just completely turns against everybody. It was crazy to experience.
Like I had one conversation with John Lee, and I was like, you know what? There are just some people that I would have conversations with on Clubhouse that I would be like, you know what? I'm okay if I never ever interact with him again.
You know what I
I
just
had,
thought
like,
about?
Multi-hour conversations with John Lee.
There's
But Zach,
not.
you know Arianis made
Crazy
a post about me on his YouTube, right?
Yeah, probably.
And it was like super deranged.
I-
I know Davey knows about it.
All of his YouTube posts will have like 2 likes and 1 comment, but the content of his posts, you know, if you were to just read it with the likes and comments edited out, you would think he's talking to like a legion of 10,000 like people, who's just like
Yeah.
at his every word.
Yeah, there's a dude that I knew from this smaller app who would like try to wiggle in Christianity and his like alt-right beliefs, and he would buy viewers, and I'm just like, dude, like you're not that interesting, bro. I don't know like why you think
Wait, Flencer.
'cause, like,
Oh, sorry. I
Sorry,
didn't mean
what?
to interrupt. No, I didn't know.
No.
If you're done, go ahead.
no, you're good. No,
Have
I
you
was
talked
just like,
to Posterior Polish?
No.
Matt Adams?
No. Oh, no degree required?
Yeah, no degree required.
Dude.
Matt Adams is better than
Matt
John
Adams
Lee,
is
yeah.
crazy because he sounds like if George Bush would have quit his presidency to study philosophy, but then quit after the first chapter.
The atheists can't
He-
justify
he's
morality.
still,
Because
So on what
still
basis
doesn't
are
know
they saying
anything.
slavery is wrong?
the
You know,
the atheists borrow from the Christian mentality and morality.
I love Matt Adams.
it was so funny because
I'm a bit of a
I heard a
masochist, in
rumor.
case y'all haven't noticed.
oh, you kissed him.
I mean,
Not just once, a massive times. He masochist him.
A masochist.
Like I thought of another joke, but I don't want to say it.
We know what it was, but
Yeah.
no, I was told this rumor that Matt Adams had brain damage, so I confronted Jack about it on a TikTok live. I'm like, so is it? I said something like, it's unfortunate that like Matt Adams had brain damage. I guess that explains why he's such a bad reasoner. And Jack was like, what? And he was laughing. I'm like, what do you mean? And I was so serious. I genuinely believed it.
That's funny.
And I was like,
You're like,
doesn't he
that
have, like,
explains the
brain
data.
Wait, Josh. Close your eyes. Imagine John Lee talking, right? Now imagine Dr. Truth talking. Am I getting at something here?
Oh, yeah, you are. You are, definitely. Have you seen the John Lee edit where they put it to, they put music to it, like was it from Goodfellas?
No, but I wish it was a Giga Chat edit.
Oh my god, I'll send it to you.
John Lee looks like a truck stop bathroom, like Petri dish came to life. I always just see him in that.
John
Like,
Lee looks like that.
yeah, I just always like picture him in his Clubhouse profile pic, like with that trucker hat on, and I don't know.
I love that thumbnail I made on my YouTube. If you know what, Zach is definitely familiar with Dragon Ball, right?
Who? I didn't hear.
yeah, the anime Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a video where Jack I stole the image from Tom's channel where Jack goes Super Saiyan.
Jack is
And then
super powering up with the white
I
eyes.
made John Lee a Cyberman.
Oh my god.
Like from Doctor
You gotta
Who.
check it
I'm just
out.
kidding.
I don't get the reference, but I don't know why. Like Doctor Who, is there like Cybermen creatures?
There's
in Doctor
there's
Who? I wouldn't be
Cybermen, but
surprised.
the Dragon Ball Z character, I never knew how to pronounce that dude's name, but I always thought it was like Seabman or something. I don't know.
The green guy.
Yeah.
Mr.
I forgot what the
Batman is
video
the
was
one
called.
who had brain damage.
You know,
I'm pretty sure they're called Saibai men because Saibai means cultivation, and they come from the ground. And then one of the letters got chopped off to Saibamen because it sounded nicer, but that's not their name.
Is that why they're green?
Yeah. I think in the manga, the official translation is cultivar.
Have y'all
Yeah,
talked about
every
that?
time I think of Mr. Batman, I always think of Xerxes. I'm not gonna lie.
Xerxes?
Yeah, you remember
Well, I
him,
think-
King Xerxes.
Yeah. Didn't he become a theist, like an ortho bro?
Yeah. And we used to be friends. Me and him played chess before.
Wait,
but
Mr. Batman did?
Then he
or-
became. No, hell no.
No, Xerxes.
I'm not playing chess with that dude. No.
Because you'll get whooped.
He wouldn't even understand the tenets of chess. He wouldn't know like what things do what. He would just be
He'd be like-
moving things across the board.
And he'd win.
He would say, with God, all things are possible. Checkmate.
Yeah, with different conventions.
Just instantly checkmate to MonkeyBoy after saying that.
Well, if you think about it, atheists basically checkmated themselves because they don't have...
Yeah, it's Matt Adams, everyone.
The way he says
Yeah.
because, it's just like, because.
Have you seen that video of ChatGPT playing Stockfish?
Yes, from
Oh
Gotham.
my god, that's so good. Yeah.
Yeah, he does the AI chess Olympics. Yeah,
Yeah. It's so
the
good.
finals with ChatGPT versus Stockfish was crazy.
It was so good.
Like in the last 7 moves, ChatGPT was losing. It spawned in like 7 queens in a row, and it still lost.
It's like, what if I just did this?
It's gonna move its pawn, the first move of the game, to promoting to a queen, and then it's gonna get taken by this rook. But a queen is going to take the rook's place as it spawns in magically. And he takes the king. But the next
and
move...
he takes the
It's kind of crazy. That's one thing I couldn't get into. I tried to play chess, but then I was just like, you know what? I just couldn't. Too confusing for me.
Yeah, I watched I used to be I watched Hikaru every day for a year, and dude, his brain is crazy. And then I've watched chess for a
you used to
long
watch?
time. Huh?
Who was the guy you used to watch?
Hikaru Nakamura?
Oh yeah, I loved him.
Yeah, he did these meme edits of
Yeah, I
dude,
used to
his
watch him
intros
every
are
day,
fire.
Too, no joke.
Yeah,
His thumbnails are really good.
So
I'm
good.
not gonna lie.
so good.
Have you seen him and Magnus on Polygraphs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I haven't seen that. Dude, Magnus, I can't believe I don't know. Maybe I'm just biased towards. I can't pronounce his name. I just call him H because that's the first letter of his name.
Hikaru?
Hikaru?
Yeah, Hakara.
Plus,
I don't remember it.
Hikaru
I always
Nakamura?
forget. Mm.
I think you could do it if you tried.
Yeah. I think you gotta want
I
it,
think you
Monkey Boy.
could
Wasn't
do
there-
it if you tried.
Wasn't there a big thing a couple years ago to with Magnus, and there were people saying he cheated or something?
No,
It
Hans
wasn't him,
Niemann.
it was Hans.
Yeah, Hans Niemann, that filthy fucking cunt. Sorry.
It's unfortunate because he can actually play.
Hey, don't say that when people are resourceful and using the strategies that nature allowed them to have.
I can't believe
He
how
shoved
fast
something
that
up his
theory took
butt.
off.
What are you talking about?
He's talking about the B-plug theory.
Wait, that's actually dope. He pulled out like extra bishops out his ass and put them on the board.
No, he had a butt plug that was vibrating.
Well, we don't
at
know
certain
that, to be clear.
Oh.
We know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I
Come
know.
on. We know.
Well, I mean, the man learned Morse code for a game against Magnus Carlsen. Like, it's got, you know.
He's like, hang on, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about this. That's why I initially got into chess.
Oh, because finally something about it was interesting to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Gary's here.
That's going to be a checkmate. That's a social checkmate. That's a rhetorical checkmate.
You have allegedly in your name, like allegedly Ian? Or is it...
So there was an old app that I was on called Stereo. It was kind of like Clubhouse, but it came out during the pandemic, and that was my username on there. So I just brought my username over from there once I decided to leave that app.
I've been on Stereo, and I uninstalled it because it's all like garbage.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's where I would go and like debate God, but like eventually I just got tired of it. I was on there like probably like a year before the pandemic hit, because it really popped off during the pandemic. And then once it became normal, everybody was just like kind of not on it that much, and then everybody came over here from the friend group that I was in. I was probably on here like a year after the pandemic started, but I just recently, I didn't really even do any content. I was on here to get my brain rot content.
Doom scrolling.
You know, Darth and Josh Flencer here are good friends. I'm only saying this if Darth is here. Yeah, Josh and Gary actually had sex. Gary, if I'm wrong, come up on the panel and fact check me. If not, just stay down.
I don't think Darth is gonna talk to me because I just scrolled on. You have to remember though that it just says joined if he like scrolls past it and watches for like 1 second.
That's true. I have heartwarming Darth Dawkins content that is going to be posted on my YouTube eventually. It's just 3 hours of me and Darth talking about his favorite movies and TV shows on like December 23rd. And oh
my God.
And I just like, I was so in awe of him like not talking about God that I was just like, you know what? This needs to be the Darth Dawkins ear bleach that people, need to hear.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't like. I've never heard him not talk about God.
Oh,
Dude,
he
I saw that video. I saw that live.
Yeah, I think you were there at some point.
He went off on some like moon landing denier. Who was it? I can't remember who it was, but I was like, man,
Darth is not talking about God as a first.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the first call.
He likes to talk about politics too.
True.
We should go on a flat Earth debate.
What's
I've
up?
heard his politics is just like giving Trump rim jobs. I heard it's literally
I mean,
sickening.
he's also very racist. So
I don't think
It was
he's
PMARS. PMARS actually, it pissed me off finding out what PMARS was saying. To be honest.
what were you about to say?
He's just a 65-year-old conservative white.
I was gonna say you gotta post that video with me talking with Risen.
With Risen?
You gotta post
Yeah.
that video.
I have the picture of Darth Dawkins' actual face, and I'm trying to figure out how to make it a sticker. For the life of me, I can't figure it out, but I want to start surfacing that on the entirety of the TikTok debate space with like atheism and theism, just to piss him off.
Is it the one with him in glasses, kind of staring at?
I think it's the one where he has the headphones around his neck, and he's talking into a mic.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. That might not be.
Yeah.
Hey,
Maybe not. I don't know.
Hey, Craigsy, sorry I trolled you so hard that one day.
Oh, I'm sitting there. I'm like, there's probably a troll, but I couldn't put a finger on it. Like, I got the feeling you were friendly, just by the lack of conviction and like how you were speaking. But
You weren't very convincing, Zach.
Yeah, I was running the Kalam and he was face down, ass up, and I was just.
taking rhetorical
Yeah,
back
I was just
shots.
giving him rhetorical back shots, and he was ontologically obnoxious.
Was he just? Oh my god.
Yeah, he had the intellect of a stepped-on Newport cigarette.
Oh shit! No, it's all love. It's all love.
No, dude.
What you got? No, there was oh my god, me and allegedly we were in it was me and him basically versus like some fucking like youth group. I swear to God, it was like some church youth group that came up and fucking just started hounding us in the comments and on the fucking lives. Like it was some wild shit.
Dude, the one guy is like following me around now. I went into my buddy's show and hopped up, and then like shortly after he came on, so then I left.
Who you miss?
I don't. It was the other one. I really don't have the username off the top of my head. I'll have to go back and listen to it. It was the one. It was the one guy who like we asked for the argument, and he was like, "I gave you an argument," and it's like, "No, you didn't."
My god, it was the other Phil, bro. That too. I know who you're talking about. And then we rejected premise one, and he couldn't wrap his mind around us rejecting premise one and his evidence that he fucking provided.
Well, premise one is just going to be self-authenticating, so that was your mistake.
Oh, yeah. Shit.
So, have you guys like experienced Christians coming up to your life and just praying and stuff?
I've had that happen once, but like.
Oh, pre-subs in the fucking chat, bro. God damn it.
Hey, I have a debate against a pre-sub. Maybe by March.
I'm all for this. I'm all for this.
I did repent.
I repented my brain and wrote myself off to be free in the mind.
Is there any theist argument you guys can steal, man? I mean, I think all theistic arguments are just bad,
my god, so. Grayson is back. What the fuck? Bro, she was throwing a tantrum. I swear to God. She was throwing a fucking tantrum, bro.
What PMARS doesn't realize is that, atheistic naturalism is necessary for knowledge and intelligibility. And because there exists knowledge and intelligibility, therefore atheistic naturalism is true.
Precept atheist type. The precept atheist type. Yeah, I love that.
Oh my god. I swear to God, dude, Grayson would get so mad yesterday because I called her Grayson. I didn't add the N. She got so pissed off at me. She got fucking flustered.
Yeah, so RH, can you do me a favor? Can you repeat that? I'm going to record that. Yeah.
Yeah, but basically what PMARS doesn't understand, right, and what Christians don't understand is that, atheistic naturalism is necessary for knowledge and intelligibility. So if there is knowledge and intelligibility, which there is, then atheistic naturalism is true. And they might try to bring up God to, rebut this view of atheistic naturalism, but what they fail to understand is the very fact that you can invoke a concept of God and it has any meaning or intelligibility whatsoever is due to the fact that atheistic naturalism is furnishing the meanings of those semantics and bootstrapping that mental content.
Oh my god.
Got it. I love it. Yeah.
Did he really leave just to change his profile picture?
I'm somebody else.
I think RH, I'm gonna use that in my debate.
That's what Davy was. That's what Davy was requesting people do earlier. I do that all the time. Flencer was saying that. Flencer, did you ever get anywhere with Justin and Present after I had to leave?
Oh yeah, they were a puddle of goo after I was done.
I'm
pissed.
Puddles of goo.
I'm pissed. I'm pissed that I missed you in class.
Can you please explain to us, Zach, how atheistic naturalism can
self-authenticating? What are you talking about?
Yeah, are you asking for an argument for P1?
Yeah, what is the observable, identifiable aspect of atheistic naturalism that makes it ground logic and reason?
Yeah, that's going to be a category error.
Fuck you.
Yes, but well, and look. I mean this in not a disrespectful way at all. I just want to come to you like as I am and as you are, and just you asking that question and it being such a blatant category error makes me know that you're not intellectually on the level to have the conversation, right? So it's not. It was.
I mean, how old are you?
Yeah,
What are you,
I don't want to
15?
waste your time. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
Right.
ontologically speaking, I mean, it goes without saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, ontologically speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flowers, what's up?
Linguistically speaking.
Hello guys, are you all atheists here?
Oh, I want to be dead.
If you want us to be.
I'm an atheist.
Yeah,
Is the banner your statement like? Are you claiming that there is no God?
Facts.
there is no God. There's no good evidence for God. There are no good arguments for God. I know where the idea of God came from.
Thank you. Since you do have the positive claim, can you give me an evidence that there is no God?
Oh no!
Is this a real voice?
I just did.
That's
Wait, no. Actually, Flowers, you're the one with the positive claim. He's the one claiming there is no God. So the fact that you're inferring that there is one makes it you automatically have that positive claim.
Well, no, if he's saying there is no God, that is a positive claim.
Yeah, and I
You
gave.
can take that.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
So premise
Proof
one.
is on the theist because of their pride.
Yeah.
Yeah, premise
but
one.
just like what you mentioned earlier, there's no evidence.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, there's no good evidence for God. There are no good arguments for God, and I know where the idea of God came from. It came from our ancient ancestors.
the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence, though.
Unless the evidence is expected on a particular hypothesis.
Ooh.
And what is that? What is your expectation?
What is your what?
What's that expectation that you're expecting?
Well, for example, if the hypothesis is that it's fall, and you would expect to see leaves on the ground beneath a tree, and you don't see leaves on the ground, that's absence of evidence.
So you're expecting an evidence.
Yeah, God, the hypothesis, ought to be able to make some predictions about the world that we find ourselves in that make it more likely than the not God hypothesis.
Yeah.
Right.
If you take evidence to be probability raising.
Right. So
I'm sure you do.
Are you grounding that? That
I don't know what you mean by grounding.
I
What
mean,
is
are
this
you?
grounding relationship you're talking about?
Yeah. Let me finish my question though, so
Is
that
it
you
like a
can
dependency relationship, or is it just
Yeah.
English?
We was
If
asking
you
a
could just
clarifying question.
you'll
Right?
understand my question though. My question is, are you grounding it to an objective truth? Do you believe in objective truth?
There are no
what
such thing as
cases?
objective truth.
What?
But you're telling me right now that you're looking for an evidence.
Wait,
So
flowers. Wait. Flencer asked you a question about what you mean by grounding, and then you said if you let me finish my question, you would understand, and then you just said basically the same thing, and it didn't furnish the content that you wanted. So what do you mean by grounding?
I'm asking is this from objectivity? I mean, are you looking for an objective truth?
Well, whether God exists or not would be a mind-independent truth.
Right.
That's an
So
objective truth.
that would be objective,
Yeah.
meaning
Objective.
God's
So
existence isn't dependent on my opinion or my stances.
Okay, so there's an objective truth. There's an objective. There's objectivity with that truth, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you believe in objective truth. You also believe in objective
In certain
morality.
cases.
Yeah. So, not all things are
I
objectively
believe
true.
that there's at least one objectively true fact in the world.
Okay, so that means to say that you believe in objective morality then, because
No.
Not the case.
No, that's
What?
not. Morality is not objective at all. That is a subjective
Yeah.
claim made by society.
Well, I'm not.
because
That's why I said at least one. I didn't say all facts were objective.
so you believe that facts can be subjective.
No. Well, there can be, yeah.
Okay.
Like it's a subjectively true fact that I think vanilla is preferable to chocolate.
Well, subjectively for me, God is true.
Wow.
So
if
the
only-
existence of God is dependent on your opinion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to say that, right?
Yeah.
You do want to
I
say
think
that?
so.
Because that would make him both exist and not exist.
Right.
Yeah.
How do you even know that you're existing?
What do you mean? I'm having an experience.
Cogito ergo sum.
Yeah.
I mean, you can prove your existence by your own self, but can you prove that to me?
Why would I want to waste my time
I
proving
hope
that
you
I
don't
exist
believe in
to
me.
somebody who is radically that skeptical?
You guys are radically skeptical.
No?
No, you're radically
Yeah.
skeptical.
You think you
I'm
don't?
not.
Yeah, you
You're
don't think?
confused as to whether we exist or not.
Yeah, and Flowers, you're reaching for claims to try to prove your point. Trying to prove the existence of one individual when you're clearly talking to them is completely radical.
I mean,
What's your evidence that you guys are even existing right now?
I
What
said-
are
you
your
don't need evidence. It's self-evident.
Yeah.
What's your standard of truth then?
Well, okay, I'm gonna put it like this. I have a birth certificate that has the date of birth in which I was born. I have the hospital records of the room I was born in. I can pull up the nurses who were on staff that witnessed me coming out of my mom's birth canal. I mean, there's a ton.
But that's just like your opinion, man.
Yeah, but an even stronger position is that we're not claiming, right, Flowers? We're not claiming that our experiences like.
I mean, can we
Oh,
do this
sorry.
one at a
Yeah,
time?
sorry. Yeah, I wasn't done. Yeah, so we're not claiming. We're not claiming that our experience is like infallible. We're not infallible about knowledge, right? All we're saying is that I'm having an experience, and if I'm being radically deceived, or if I'm in a matrix, or if I'm in a jar, right? I'm still having the experience that I'm having. So that's just to miss the point.
Right now, as of the moment, you believing God not existing could be just your hallucination. Am I right? That's just your statement.
No.
Because right now you said, can I just talk to one person? I mean, this is just.
I was just asking you to repeat yourself.
Why do you have to help this one person that I'm talking to?
We're trying to help you, Flowers.
No.
It's like a group effort to try to remove you from this intellectual fog you find yourself in.
You have to gang up on me to support your case.
No. It's
We're
many
not.
people in the fog holding lanterns for you, saying, "Come this way."
One person here. I'm just one person here, and you guys are ganging up on me.
No, we love you, Flowers.
Yeah, can I just speak to one person then, so that we can have a
Well, maybe you are speaking to one person for all you know.
And hold on, wait, Flowers.
Flowers, pick a person, pick somebody.
Before you continue, before anybody else continues, you can't accuse us of ganging up on you when you were the one who voluntarily came up on the panel to speak, knowing it was a bunch of atheists up here.
One person only, because I thought I would be speaking to one person only.
All right, let's do one-on-one, because otherwise she's gonna run.
I'm not gonna run.
Pick somebody, Flowers.
Yeah.
Okay, who's the one who were talking to me earlier? This Flencer?
I was hoping you would pick Flencer. Let's go. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So can we have a discussion? Just the
Yes,
two
we
of us?
can. Just you and me.
Okay, thank you. So again, your statement here earlier is that there is no God. That's a claim. So is there an evidence for that claim?
Yeah, on the idea of God that I have, God is at least a mind who's responsible for creating the universe. So that means that this mind existed prior to the creation of the universe. But a mind is a contentful state, which requires an external world to furnish it with content. So the idea of a mind pre-creation is incoherent.
Where did you Yeah, so you have come up with that logic and all that. So what's your standard of truth then?
I hold to a correspondence and coherent theory of truth.
Theory of truth.
Yeah, as an explanation for how truth functions in my epistemology.
So that's just your own understanding of truth.
No, it's just a standard philosophical understanding of.
Where are you? Yeah, what is your standard of truth? That's my question. Is it
just explained it
from a philosophy book, or from scholastics or academics, academe, or from your own experience? What's your standard of truth?
Yeah, all of the above.
All of the above. So these are just human experience.
Except for the scholastics, they're stupid.
Okay, so these are just your human experience that can be deceived. Your senses can be deceived. Do you agree?
Yup.
Okay, so how are you able to confirm that your senses are not deceiving you?
It's just a pragmatic concession that I make to function in the world.
Right, but your senses can still can be deceived. Again, you're not answering.
Are you under the impression that I'm an infallibilist?
What?
Do you think I'm an infallibilist?
Are you telling me that your senses can deceive you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so these
Do you think your senses can't deceive you?
I have my God. That's the standard of truth that I have. But
Yeah, but God could have a morally sufficient reason for allowing you to be deceived.
If you can just let me finish my statement.
No,
right?
I thought we were going back and forth. I'm sorry.
I mean, you yourself, yeah, you're going back to your reasoning. You said your standard of truth is your senses. But then again, you
Well,
said
it's
that
not just my senses. It's also my
but then again,
cognitive
you mentioned
faculties.
that your senses can be deceived. So that's the
I
standard
agree.
of truth.
Yeah, but you suffer from the same problem.
No,
Your
I don't.
senses can be deceived as well.
My God cannot be deceived. That's the standard
No,
of truth.
God can allow you to be deceived.
Yeah, but that's my standard of truth. He cannot
So
be deceived.
No, but He can allow you to be deceived.
Your standard of truth is yourself, your senses that can be deceived. Now you're trying to tell me right now that there's no God. How can I believe you when your standard of truth can be deceived?
I provided you with a conceptual analysis of mind and how that's incompatible with a pre-existing entity.
So you mean to say that you agree on a lot of human experiences? This is
This is an a priori argument, not an a posteriori argument.
So are you trying to tell me that your experiences plus the experiences of other people around you is the standard?
No, I said it was an a priori argument from a conceptual analysis of what a mind is.
So what's your standard of truth then? Again, we're going back and forth. What's your standard of truth? Is this your experience?
Well, truth is a property of propositions, so I don't know what you're talking about.
So, I mean, what's your standard of truth? How can you say that this is really yellow? I mean, if I present
because I'm not a realist with respect to color.
Okay, so your standard of truth is subjective then.
With respect to color, yes.
Okay, so you don't have an objective truth.
I don't
When it
think
comes to color.
How can I objectively believe in your claim that there is no God when you yourself you said that your experience?
Because God isn't a color.
Mm-hmm. How did you know that?
Oh, that's just the concept that's been furnished to me by theists, that God is not a color, that God has these properties of omniscience, omnipotence, and omnibenevolence.
Well, there are a lot of denominations that could tell you that God is not omnipotent, God is not omniscient, and God is omnibenevolent.
When we say there is no God, we're appealing to the God of classical theism, not some unique interpretation. You define God as a dog. Okay, well, fine, dogs exist. God exists.
I mean, I'm defining my
proprietary definition as just some dude who created the universe. He just.
Don't you agree with that? I mean, do you believe that God is omniscient?
I believe that is the concept of God that I disagree with. Yeah.
The thing here is that if you're going to put that character in this God, then why are we talking?
Okay, so your God is not omniscient, is not omnipotent, and is not omnibenevolent. Is that right?
Most knowing, most loving, most powerful.
Oh, so it's just like a maximal theology. So he's maximally powerful, maximally knowledgeable, and maximally good, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, you could say that.
That still falls afoul of my primary objection about a mind pre-existing the world.
I don't know. I don't get where you're going to.
Can you reproduce what my original argument was when you asked me why I don't believe God exists?
You said there's lack of evidence. I didn't get you with that.
No. When I said God is a mind that created the universe, my objection was at this being a coherent notion. Do you remember what that objection was?
Can you ponder more on that?
Well, I already told you. I said it's a contentful state. Do you remember that?
Can you
say a mind? Yeah, a mind has content, right? A mind has mental content, ideas, propositions, beliefs, desires, things like that, right?
According to our human sense, yes.
Do you think God doesn't have content in his mind?
Well, God is most powerful.
Does God have a mind?
Does God have a mind? mind that is most intelligent than us.
Cool.
But we cannot comprehend.
So when you say he's most intelligent, he has knowledge of all true propositions?
He has knowledge of all. No, most. I'm telling
He just has like one more than the next guy?
He has knowledge of most things.
Okay, well, this is not the God of classical theism, so I really
Exactly.
find God uninteresting.
You're
saying, well, then it's even less likely that it exists, right?
God that you can just easily debunk.
No.
Now
Look,
right now
then I would
that
just move to the prior probability of a particular God
Why
with
are
your
you
specific
going-
attribute
why are
set
you supposed to force an
existing.
attribute to a God that you do not believe exists?
It doesn't matter what attributes. If you
Why
give him
are you
any
forcing
attributes,
attribute
the
to a God
prior
that does not
probability of him
exist?
existing
If you
is
do not believe that this God
infinitesimally
exists,
small.
Forcing
It's infinitesimally small, and that's just a mathematical analysis of the properties of God that you're proposing. Because then you would have to say, well, why is he this level of maximally good versus a little bit higher versus a little bit lower? And on the real number line, there's an uncountably infinite number of attributes that he could have and the degree to which he could have them, which means any one of those particular gods instantiating is infinitesimally low probability, which means it is impossible that that thing exists. All right, my pizza's done. And so
Just like his pizza, you're cooked.
Yeah,
Why did you mute me?
because you were talking over.
Yeah, you're being annoying.
Flencer.
No, he's talking me over. I'm not yet finished.
You were being annoying.
Like, you
I'm
gotta let him
I'm
finish. You're
staying
talking over
here.
him.
I'm
Calm
staying
down.
here.
Pipe down. Pipe down. I'm gonna tell you the same thing I've been telling everybody else that I was last night. Pipe down.
Can I just finish my statement? Earlier, when I said that God is not all powerful, he is insisting that this God that he is denying is all powerful.
I just gave you a response to a maximally powerful God that demonstrated that that was infinitesimally low prior probability of existing.
He's not all knowledgeable. That's what I'm
Do you remember? You didn't
now.
even listen to what I said. Why should we have a conversation? You can't reproduce any of my
Yeah.
arguments, any of my counter arguments. You're just a gibberish machine.
Yeah,
And not only that, you're completely going against what the entire premise of God is. Like, you're saying, in one sentence, you're saying he's maximally powerful, he's maximally knowledgeable, but then you're also saying, actually, no, he's only partially these things. So choose what it's going to be.
Okay, I said
Wait,
I'm just
one
going to
more,
talk to
one
one
more,
person.
one more critique, right? Can I give you
I'm
one
just
more?
going to talk to one person. Can you hold your horses?
I'm gonna tag Zach in because I do need to eat this pizza.
Yeah,
Because it's-
one more critique,
I mean,
right?
you're-
It seems like so
you're-
far. It just seems like so far.
Here is that.
It seems like so
The
far.
thing is-
It seems like so
Byron, shut
far.
up.
It seems like so far you're just waiting for your turn to talk instead of listening. So if you can agree to listen and then respond instead of just waiting for your turn to speak, then I'll talk to you.
I said I'm not gonna talk to you. I'm gonna talk to Flencer.
He's eating.
Well,
Yeah,
he's
just
eating
like
right
wait,
now.
thank you for proving my fucking point because just like that, you weren't listening when he said he had to go and you were just waiting for your turn to talk. So thank you for proving my point.
Oh, so he's running away now. Thank you. So it's
Yeah,
No,
you
he's
said
not
it
running.
6 times.
He has to eat.
Oh my God, you are probably the most insufferable person I have dealt with thus far.
Okay.
I didn't
R8.
think Darth Dawkins could have gotten topped, but I think you topped him. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
so my argument against God, right? Premise 1, it's atheistic naturalism is necessary to ground knowledge and intelligibility. Premise 2, there exists knowledge and intelligibility. Conclusion, atheistic naturalism is true. An entailment of atheistic naturalism being true is that a God cannot exist, therefore God does not exist. Easy.
Thank you. Now, if you're trying to tell me that God does not exist, what's your foundation of truth? What's your standard of truth for you to make that statement? What's your standard of truth?
He just gave you his propositions. That is his truth.
I am speaking with RH.
Yeah, my
Well, you
standard.
didn't listen to what he
Not
freaking
listening
said,
to
bro.
shit. You are literally
I'm
you're letting him talk and then you're talking
I'm speaking with RH. Why are you?
because you're not fucking
You're not
listening.
listening to what he's saying.
Oh my God, is it that hard of a concept for you to understand?
Question for RH, not for you, Crazy.
Jesus Christ, you're not again,
You're not listening to shit. You are literally listening to respond, not to fucking listen.
His response to his claim.
Oh my
Now I'm
God.
asking him a question.
Yeah.
No.
What was the
No,
question?
you are not. Like,
No. Holy shit.
That was so
I'm not gonna lie.
frustrating.
I gotta say this completely. I didn't think Darth Dawkins could have gotten topped for being the most insufferable individual on this app, but I think this individual actually topped Darth Dawkins. I didn't think I'd be saying that.
Greg got fed up. Yeah, I
You guys are
understand.
easy. Yeah, I mean that's why Flencer and RHN ran circles around you because he just like wanted to talk to somebody else. Holy shit!
And I even gave the meme argument to see if they would like recognize that I was just like trolling, but of course they weren't listening, and I did that as a test to see if they were listening because that's not my actual argument for atheism. But yeah, obviously they were just waiting for their turn to speak.
Yeah. Flowers, you can't say easy peasy when you ain't got shit that you stood on.
Well, I agree that they probably think that we were easy, but that's just because they didn't listen to anything that was said, right? If I read a quantum physics textbook and my eyes just glossed over for the whole thing, I would probably think it was easy too.
Yeah.
See, guys, I feel like it's my fault because I know Flowers, and I think he just saw me in your live. So yeah, I'm sorry about that.
No, you're good. No, I don't think it had anything to do with it. She was up here before I saw you come in.
No,
I see. All right.
And what it is too, it's like I don't know how long it took Flowers to understand the concept that Flencer was eating food and that RH was tagging in for him. I don't know how long it took to get that concept across.
Yeah. And even then, like, Flencer had to go over the same point like 5 different times. It felt like, and it's like, I mean, I was being generous, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna tag RH," and I was like, "Oh, okay." And it was the same thing.
I'm sorry. Allegedly, I just saw you getting stressed out during that whole interaction.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Well, it's like at some point at some point it's fun, but like at some point I have to bump you down because you are either not getting it and you don't have the mental capacity to understand the question, or you're just fucking around and purposely being dishonest and acting like you don't know what's being said.
Yeah.
It's literally no other option because when Flencer goes through it 3 or 4 times, he says he's got to go and eat, and you, RH, go through it another, 2-3 times. At some point, it has to freaking click. And the fact that it didn't click and we just kept going over the same thing, it's like I don't have the patience for that.
Right, and also because subjective truths exist, morality is necessarily subjective. What? That doesn't track. Because
I'm back.
Yeah, it's not a
I wolfed
prerequisite.
it down.
you speed
Well, it's
ran
also
that pizza.
funny. It's also funny because like I had this conversation earlier when people go, it's morality is objective, and I go, by definition, it's not objective, because if you go to someone else on the street and you ask them, what do you think about this, and they go, oh, I have like a different view than you, by definition, it's subjective, and they
Exactly.
like breaks their freaking brain.
Well, I mean, I would disagree with that. I'm looking into like versions of realism. Go ahead.
There are
Fletcher.
realist accounts, yeah.
Yeah, like all subjective subjectivism is saying is like what makes moral propositions true is the stance of the utterer, right? And so maybe right, if we take some, let's just say we flash forward to like 10 trillion years in the future, and we've like, pretty much figured out the universe down to like every last thing we can figure out. Maybe we'll find some account of some physical law where, if we
axiological law.
exactly, if we can just apply this formula to any given system, right, we'll be able to reliably determine whether it is factually, right or wrong, and that's the concept people are mapping onto that we just can't explain.
But then why ought to value that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because like, the thing, like, whether objectivism is true or subjectivism is true, right? Whether there's a fact of the matter, people do have different stances. So somebody who
Uh-huh.
somebody who holds to an objectivist like theory
One,
of
one of the
truth.
one of the more interesting ones that I think is
Go ahead.
I think I cut out. Just this intrinsicality argument, just like suffering, you recognize it, you're like sensible to it, and it's intrinsic to the suffering of the entity, right, that is experiencing the suffering. So it's like a sense theoretic account.
Oh, that sounds a
I
lot.
think that's
Wait,
more on the.
is that different than
Yeah.
psychophysical harmony? Because that sounds like a lot like that.
Well, I mean, it would be compatible with any account, I think, of psychophysical harmony being the case. Yeah.
What I
It's just
understand
that
about
we're-
Fletcher is that. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I think what Fletcher is saying is more about, from what I understand, is more about on the grounding of certain moralities, because I'm a relativist when it comes to morality, and when it comes to subjectivism, what I do not agree on is that every subjective proposition about morals is valid. So that's what I don't agree on subjectivism.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if by valid you mean objectively valid.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, in a sense, yeah.
Not to go off topic here, but apparently God is in the chat.
Oh well.
He's here
Never
to-
mind. I believe.
Yeah, I'm instantly converted back to Christianity.
I've been looking into particularly like relaxed realism or particularism because.
So
Go ahead.
question here. So do you think moral relativism and, in a sense, moral realism is compatible? Like,
Well, I
Yeah.
think that people are going to have the stances that they have, whether there's a truth of the matter or not. So in that case,
yeah, I get that.
in that case, like, because two like objectivists, could like maybe disagree about some moral claim.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
They would.
I'm not really sure how to like cash that out, but if you say like, index to
All
some
we know is
goal.
they can't both be right.
Yeah, exactly. Index to
Exactly,
some goal.
I kind of have a question for that too. So like, it seems like a stance of objective morality is a very slim margin that can actually be objectively moral. No, and I'm just asking, like, in what cases would we find objective morality? Because from my viewpoint on it, it can I like to use the example, like, well, I think we can all harmoniously sit here and agree that unaliving somebody is wrong for the sake of the argument, but then other parts of the world it could be acceptable.
Well, yeah, but that's gonna be like some like cultural like thing about like morality. But what like something like a relaxed realist would just say that moral statements are true, but nothing makes them true, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the reason. So
But
I want to
an
respond
uptight
to Craig.
realist-
What's up, Flencer?
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead, Frencher.
I said, but an uptight realist has a different account.
Yeah.
So it's not
So-
necessarily, and I just want to make sure I'm understanding this, because I want to be able to take this with me and bring it towards further arguments. So from what I got from that, so essentially it's not necessarily the action of them that's the objective morality. It's more or less the principle of it that makes it objectively moral.
Well, no. That like that whole thing misses what I was saying, which is like, neither of those things make it true. It's truth implicator. There's no truth maker. So like, or like another realist view, like you could take some naturalist view, right, where it's kind of like what I was saying earlier. Like if we find out enough about the natural world, we could, and we kind of can see evidence of people converging on similar truths. Where like, if a rational person was doing the things that they had the most reasons to do, and we knew all the natural laws, then people would eventually converge onto the same, like, two rational people would always come to the same value about a moral proposition.
I hate to
So here's
cut
what
off
I
this.
think. Go.
I hate to cut off this conversation, but I'm gonna let atheist teacher go, and I got an early day tomorrow, so I'm gonna let him finish his statement, and then I gotta head out.
Yeah. So here's what I think. Like what I understand from what Craig is saying is that unaliving someone is wrong. But technically, the reason why I'm a relative is because if you put that into certain contexts, for example, someone invading your army, then you're free to do so. You would think it's moral, right?
Well, if you understand is wrong, right?
Mhm,
What you mean by that, meaning it doesn't align with my preferences, right?
No, what I mean to say is that certain actions, when put into certain contexts, can be deemed acceptable or unacceptable.
Yeah, but it's always acceptable to a subject.
Exactly. That's why it's relative. Yeah.
Or at least
So
subjective.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Thank you.
Thanks for facilitating the conversation.
Yeah, I'll probably be on sometime tomorrow. You guys want to get back together?
Sure. See you allegedly.
You-
Thank you guys. By the way.
Oh wait, I did want to say, host, one last thing, and it's important. So, but I did want to say, host, one last thing, and it's
Yeah. Yeah, me
Oh,
too.
I didn't kick him. What the heck? Hold on.
No, I think he did. I think he did that on purpose. I've seen him do that.
Oh,
I've seen him do
he
that
did it.
before.
Oh, I was like, do you have actually something to say?
If I'm not mistaken, he was making a mockery of some of the theists that do that. Like they'll say something and then they'll just drop from the panel.
Oh,
that is not why I do that. I do that because it's fucking hilarious.
But it was good talking to everybody. We'll talk.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah. Likewise, bro. Likewise.
All right.
yeah, just if you see me live, just hop in. I'll probably be live sometime, and if not, definitely Monday.
Perfect.
We'll
All right.
see.
Take care, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Bye bye.
You too. You too.